Next question. Find the maximum area of an isosceles triangle inscribed in an ellipse x square by a square plus y square by b square equal to 1 with its vertex at one end of the major axis. So, equation of the ellipse. It's an ellipse. Equation is x square by a square plus y square by b square equal to 1. So, A is the length of semi-major axis. Okay, what is the major axis? This horizontal axis is major axis. This one is minor axis and the vertex at the origin. Okay, so this length is A, here also A, this one B, B. That way. We have to inscribe an isosceles triangle in this ellipse so that its area is maximum. And the condition is given vertex 1, 3 vertices for a triangle, one end of the major axis, one vertex, one end of the major axis. Major axis is this one. So either this point or this point. So you have to inscribe one triangle. So look, I am drawing one triangle, maximum area. So one triangle like this. Okay. Draw straight lines, children. So like this. Okay. So let A, B, C. Let ABC be an isosceles triangle inscribed in the ellipse. In an ellipse. Okay. Then maximum area of the triangle. What is the area of triangle? Let A be the triangle. Area of the triangle. The basic formula is half into base into height. Okay. So look at the figure. What is the base? What is the height? So A I can write half into base is AC into the height is BD. Now we have to substitute. So nothing is given. Only we know that this is semi-major. This part is A. Okay. Then minor axis we are not taking. Now I am taking one point. 3 vertices are there. So I mark this point. Let H comma K. But it is in this side. So I have to put minus H K. Isn't it? So let be a point on the ellipse or be a vertex of the triangle. Okay, and this point lies on the ellipse also. Since minus HK lies on the ellipse, x square by a square plus y square by b square equal to 1, we can substitute for x and y this h and k. So we get h square by a square plus k square by b square equal to 1. Okay. Now look at the figure. So how we write the area? Area is equal to half into AC. AC. This length is K. And we know that all are symmetric or all 4 portions for an ellipse. So CD is K from this point. Minus HK means CD is K. So this DA also K. In that way only we can draw. So total AC, the base is equal to 2K. So instead of AC I can write 2K. AC is equal to AD plus DC, that is K plus K. Now what about BD? BD is same as OB plus OD. Okay, and OB is the semi-major axis, so it is A. Now, what about this OD? From the origin to this D, its coordinate is minus H. So, O to D, what is the distance? Distance we can take as positive. So, I can write that BD as one is A, the other one is H. So, BD is equal to A plus H. So, for this BD, I can write A plus H. For this A is a constant since it is the semi-major, that is the length of semi-major axis. Ellipse is given. So, here we have two variables K and H. A is constant. So, we have to convert one variable. Before that, we can cancel this. So, K into A plus H. So, from where we substitute? From here. This is H square by A square plus K square by B square equal to 1. So, from this we can find either H or K. So, we can find K square by B square equal to 1 minus H square by A square, or which implies K square is equal to A square minus H square by A square and into B square. Okay, or what is K? K means B by A. Here since we are considering area, take the positive quantity. So, B by A into root of A square minus H square into, what is it? Into A plus H. Okay. Now, which is the variable? H is the variable. A and B are constants. So, this is A. Now, we have to differentiate with respect to H. So, B by A is a constant. Put outside. Now, product rule. First function into derivative of second. A is constant 0. H derivative is 1 plus A plus H into derivative of root is 1 by 2 root of A square minus H square into derivative of A square 0. H square is minus 2H. 2 and 2 cancel. That only. Now simplify that. So B by A into cross multiply A square minus H square minus H into A plus H by root of A square minus H square. Okay. Or the first term we can factorize. A minus H into A plus H. So, A plus H we can take outside. Then bracket A minus H minus H. Clear this step? Let's skip one step. Hope you understood that. Okay. Factorize this A minus H, A plus H. Then A plus H is common. Take outside. So, A minus H minus H. Or we can write B by A into A plus H into A minus 2H. Okay, by root of A square minus H square. This is dA by dH. Now we have to write equal to 0. So dA by dH equal to 0 means B by A cannot be 0. So the numerator part is 0. A plus H into A minus 2H. That's equal to 0. Now we need to write the denominator and constant. So, which implies A plus H 0 or A minus 2H 0. Which is possible? A plus H 0 means A is equal to minus H. A cannot be negative. Not possible. So, A is equal to 2H or H is equal to A by 2. Okay. Now find the second derivative. So d square A by dh square. B by A we can take out. Then differentiate this. Quotient rule, denominator into derivative of numerator. Okay, derivative means you have to apply product rule. So bracket A plus H into derivative of A 0, so minus 2 plus A minus 2H into 1. Okay. then minus numerator into derivative of denominator. That is 1 by 2 root of a square minus h square into minus 2h. 2 and 2 cancel by square. Better don't simplify, children. Is it positive or negative? That only you have to check. Okay. For one more step I can write. When we cross multiply, it is a square minus h square into bracket minus 2 into a plus h plus a minus 2h, close the bracket, plus h into a plus h into a minus 2h. Okay, by a square minus h square and root of a square minus h. Then when a is equal to 2h, this part is 0, second part is 0. So only we have first part. Here also when a is equal to 2h, this part is 0. So we have minus 2 into a plus h into a square minus h square into b by a. Here also. And h is a by 2 means these all will be positive. But the numerator part is negative. So just you write negative less than 0. That's enough. No need of further simplification. Understood? This second part is 0 since a is equal to 2h. This part complete 0 and this also 0 since a is 2h. We have only this denominator and this. And these three are positive. And here we have minus 2. That's why this quantity is negative. Therefore, A is maximum. Now we have to find what is the maximum area. So maximum area A is equal to, we have one expression K into something K into A plus H. K into A plus H. So we have to find what is K. H is A by 2. Then what is K? One expression for K. Yes, K is equal to B by A root of A square minus H square. K is equal to B by A root of A square minus H square. So B by A root of A square minus A square by 4. So B by A, for A square minus A square is 3A square. So root 3A by 2. So write B by A root 3A by 2. Root 3. A cancel. So 3 root 3 by 4 AB. This is the area of the largest triangle inscribed in the ellipse. Okay. Now the next one. F be a function defined on closed interval AB such that f dash x is greater than 0 for every x belongs to open interval AB, then prove that f is an increasing function. So f is increasing. The basic definition, if x1 greater than x2, then f of x1 greater than f of x2, we say that the function is increasing. Greater than or equal to 0. Okay. Greater means strictly increasing. So here f dash x is greater than 0, that is given. F dash x means derivative. What is the definition? How we write the derivative? We can write in terms of limit. Limit h tends to 0, f of x plus h minus f of x by h. Okay. Greater than 0. Now, if x is the value, x plus h means x increases to x plus h. Then when y equal to, let y equal to f of x be the function. So the first value is f of x. When x changes to x plus h, the new value is f of x plus h. Okay, and h is very small positive number. So this x plus h is more than x. So f of x plus h minus f of x, that is also greater than 0. This greater from this definition, from this given. Okay, so which implies we can write f of x plus h minus f of x is greater than, or which implies f of x plus h minus f of x is, f of x plus h is greater than f of x. Okay, so x plus h is greater than x, that implies f of x plus h is greater than f of x, which implies we can say that f is an increasing function. Okay, and here it is given open interval, so that's why we can say that it's an increasing function. If it is closed, then there will be equal symbol also. Okay, now the next one, show that the height of the cylinder of greatest volume that can be inscribed in a right circular cone of height h and semi-vertical angle alpha is 1/3 that of the cone, and the greatest volume of the cylinder is 4/27 pi h cube tan square alpha. So one or two times you again read this. The height of the cylinder inscribed in a cone. Okay, so there is a cone and we have to inscribe one cylinder. So ABC be the cone, then we inscribe one cylinder inside the cone. Okay, then what we have to prove? The greatest volume of the cylinder is greatest, maximum, we have to prove that. Then cone of height h, the height of the cone is given. Okay, let D. So given that AD is equal to h. AD is the height of the cone, that is given as h. Now semi-vertical angle is given. Semi-vertical angle either this right side or left side, that is alpha, that is given. Then what we have to prove? We have to prove volume of the cylinder maximum. Volume of the cylinder maximum. Then height of the cylinder. Okay, height of the cylinder is equal to 1/3. Where is it? 1/3 of the cone. So 1/3 h. Height of the cone means height of the cylinder. So I write here P, Q, let this be R and this be S. Okay. So height of the cylinder is PQ. Let PQ equal to, we don't know what is the height of the cylinder. Let it be X. So what we have to prove? X is equal to 1/3 h. Then the greatest volume is equal to this expression. So these three things we have to prove. We have to prove the volume of the cylinder is maximum and volume of the cylinder equal to this expression. Height of the cylinder is 1/3 of the height of the cone. So here what we do is we apply similar triangles, that concept. Okay. So AD is given as H. PQ I am taking as X. Then PS is the radius of the cone. Let it be R. Let PS is equal to R. Then this DC, that is the radius of the cone, let it be R. Okay, is this letter clear? Height of the cone H, radius of the cone is R. Then cylinder's height is X, cylinder's radius is small r. Okay. Now the triangle, which triangles are similar? Triangle ADC. ADC, isn't it? ADC, and here we can take SRC. SRC. They are similar. Why they are similar? Similar means if two angles are equal, they are similar. One is 90 degree, 90 degree, then these are equal. Okay. So the triangles are similar, then the corresponding sides are proportional. So corresponding sides I am taking, AD is the height of the cone, then SR. SR means that is the height of the cylinder, then ADC. AC is the slant height that we don't want. So we can take DC. DC is the radius of the cone by RC. RC is not radius, by RC. Okay. So from here what we get, AD means it is H. SR is equal to X. DC is equal to R. RC means capital R minus small r. So we get one expression like this. We have to prove volume of the cylinder maximum. So V is equal to pi r square h is the formula. Pi r square h, that's the formula. But here what is the radius? Radius of the cone is r, cone no cylinder, r square. And what is the height of the cylinder? X. So there are two variables r and x. So one we have to convert. CC we can convert x from this expression. Okay. So what is x from this? X is equal to h into r minus r by, so V is equal to pi r square into h into r minus r by capital R. Which is constant, children? That cone is given. So cone is given means its radius and its height constant. So we can take that out. Pi is constant, h is constant, r is constant. Then bracket r into r square minus r cube. This is volume. Now the variable is small r. So we can differentiate with respect to small r. Pi h by r into bracket 2r minus 3r square. And now the next step, equate to 0, which implies the constant cannot be 0. The bracket is 0. So which implies 2r is equal to 3r square. R and R cancel. So what is r? 2 by 3 capital. Okay. Now what is the second derivative? D square V by dr square is equal to, second derivative from here, constant outside with respect to r. So 2r is a constant, derivative of r with respect to r is 1 minus 6r. Okay. From here what is 2r? 2r is equal to 3r. So when we substitute 2r equal to 3r, this will be negative. Therefore, V is maximum. Okay. So that part we prove. Now what we have to prove? Height is equal to something now. Height is equal to 1 by 3 of height of the cone. What is x? Okay. X is equal to h into r minus r by r. What is r minus r? In terms of r is equal to, okay, r is equal to 2 by 3 r by r. So x is equal to h into 3r minus 2r is r. r by 3 by r. So r and r cancel, which implies x is equal to 1 by 3 of h. So that also we proved. Now we have to find the volume of the cylinder. One expression is given. Okay. So look at the figure. We have to write the answer in terms of alpha. 4 by 27 into pi h cube into tan square alpha, that is given. So in triangle APS, tan alpha is equal to r by, I'll write here, in triangle APS, tan alpha opposite side by AP. AP means total height of the cone minus height of the cylinder, isn't it? Numerator is r. So r is equal to h minus x into tan alpha. Okay. Now we have to apply. Volume of the cylinder is pi r square h. R is equal to, what is r? H minus x into tan alpha. Okay. Then its square into x. What is h minus x? H minus x is h minus h by 3. That is 2h by 3. Okay. So 2h by 3 square into tan square alpha into h by 3. So what we get? So 4, 9 into 3, 27, pi h cube tan square alpha. This is the volume of the cylinder. Check it, is it correct? Yes. Look this, 4 by 27 pi h cube tan square alpha. That we got it. Okay. Now the last one. Find the points at which the function given by f of x is equal to x minus 2 whole raised to 4 into x plus 1 whole cube has local maxima, local minima and point of inflection. We have to find the points at which the function attains local maxima, local minima, and the point of inflection means neither maxima nor minima. So the first we have to do the derivative. F of x is equal to find f dash x, product rule, first function into derivative of second, 3 into x plus 1 square into derivative of bracket, that is 1, plus second function into derivative of first, 4 into x minus 2 cube into derivative of x is 1. Common you can take outside, then you can equate to 0. X minus 2 cube common, x plus 1 square common. Okay. Simplify that. Three x plus 4x, 7x, minus 6 plus 4 is minus 2. So this is f dash x. Now put equal to 0. F dash x is equal to 0. Which implies each factor is 0. That is the meaning. Put each factor is equal to 0. Which implies x minus 2 0, x plus 1 or x plus 1 0 or 7x minus 2 0. So which implies x is equal to 2, x is equal to minus 1, x is equal to 2 by 0. So 3 points are there. We don't want to find the interval, the point only. At which point the function attains maximum, minimum or neither. Now, they usually after first derivative, then equate to 0, then find the second derivative and substitute the point. If we find the second derivative, again we get x minus 2. 3 factors are there. We can apply product rule. So again we get x minus 2 square, x plus 1. These all we get. So when we substitute these values, that will be, the second derivative will be 0. That is, the second derivative test fails. So you have to do the first derivative test itself. So here we can apply that first derivative test. We have to find the right and the left of each point. Okay. So a table we can draw points. Then sign of f dash. Then we can conclude. The first point is 2. Then right of 2 and left of 2. Okay. I will draw the number line. 2. The right you can take 2.1, left you can take 1.9. Substitute f dash x. When 2.1, when x is 2.1, this is positive. Its square is always positive. This is also positive. So right side positive. What about the left side? 1.9. When we give 1.9, the first factor negative. This is positive. This is also positive. Okay. So negative we get. So right of 2 is positive and left is negative. That is like this, figure like this. Right is positive increasing, left is decreasing. So 2 is a point of, the sign I wrote here. Sign of f dash. So nature of f, or we can conclude. So 2 is a point of local minima. Local minima. Okay. The next point is minus 1. Find the right and left. Right, left. Then one more point, that is 2 by 6. So minus 1. What is the right of minus 1? Minus 0.9. Here minus 1.9. So right, you give right here. Minus 0.9. So it is negative. This part is always positive. Minus 0.9. What about the sign? It is negative. So negative and negative. That is positive. Now left, minus 1.1. It is cube, that's why this is always negative. Then here, square is always positive. This term also negative. Okay. So negative into negative, positive. That is minus 1 right and left. No change in this sign. So we can conclude this minus 1 is a point of inflection. By that theorem. Okay. First derivative test. Point of inflection. Now what about 2 by 7? 2 by 7 means 0.2 something. So right you can give 0.3, here you can give 0.1. So when we give 0.3, it is negative. 0.3, 7 into 0.3 means 21. 2.1 minus 2. So positive. Here positive, positive but negative. So right is negative. Now what about left? Left is 0.1. First factor is negative, second is positive. 7 into 0.1 is 0.7. That is 0.7 minus 2. Here what is the sign? 0.1 minus 2 is negative. So negative of negative, positive. Okay. So right is negative, left is positive. Left is positive, right is negative. So like this. That means 2 by 7 is a point of local maximum. It's a point of local maximum.